This is one of my favorite easy week time meals, or it's also perfect for camping. Today we are making a sheet pan meal, but in a packet. To start, I'm going to preheat my oven to 425 degrees. I'm going to get out a large baking sheet and I'm going to cover it with foil about twice the length, maybe a little less, of the baking sheet. And then pour a small drizzle of oil on your foil. That is where we're going to put our ingredients on top of. I have one large onion. I like yellow onions, white onions are fine. A sweet Vidalia onion is great. I'm going to cut that up into smaller, maybe 1-inch size chunks, and then I'm going to divide almost all of the layers just so that the onion cooks easier. Out of all the ingredients I'm using in my packet today, onions are one that are going to take the longest to cook. So cut up all of your onion, spread it out. Once you have your onion cut up, I'm going to cut up an 8-ounce package of mushrooms. I leave the stems on, you can take them out. I'm going to cut my mushrooms into larger chunks just because the onions will take longer, so I want my mushrooms to be larger than my onion pieces because the mushrooms will cook more quickly. So most of my mushrooms I just cut in half, some of them I quartered, the really big boys. And then I have these little potatoes. Again, you're going to want to cut these smaller because they are going to take longer to cook. I cut most of mine in half. I cut some of them into 6. I cut mine a little larger than I think I should have, so I cut mine about quarter size. Next time I think I'll do about nickel size. Then finally, the star of the show, kielbasa. This is a turkey kielbasa. I get this from Aldi. Aldi's turkey kielbasa is spiced up really nice. It has really great flavor, but there are a lot of other brands. You can use beef or a beef pork mixture. Whatever your favorite kielbasa is, go ahead and use that. And again, the kielbasa is already pre-cooked, so you're just kind of heating it through more or less. So cut it into larger pieces. And then for some seasoning, I didn't do any garlic in here, so I'm doing 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And then since I do have onions already in this packet, I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of onion powder along with 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I recommend starting with 1 teaspoon of salt. You can always add salt after the fact when you serve it. And then I'm going to put on some freshly cracked black pepper. You can use as much or as little, so it's to your taste. And finally, I'm adding some smoked paprika. That's going to be 1 teaspoon. You can use regular paprika. I just like the smoky flavor that it brings in. And then go ahead, you can mix these ingredients all together in a bowl to help mix them and get all the spices and the oil all over all of the ingredients. Gloves are a great tool. You can use your bare hands, that's fine. You can use a spoon, however you want to mix up your ingredients. Then once all of your ingredients are mixed and coated with spices and oils, you're going to want to align them along the middle of your pan long ways because we're going to put foil over the top and roll our packet closed, you'll see in a moment. But do not skip this step. We're going to add several pats of butter, so probably about 3 tablespoons in total. It is a game changer. It brings so much flavor to this packet, so don't skip the butter. Then take another piece of foil about the same length as our bottom sheet. It can be a little bit smaller, and then we're going to roll our sides closed. You can do the long sides first, or you can do the short sides first, whichever you find easier. And then you're going to roll it up until you hit the food that we have inside the packet. Now, you can of course just fold your foil closed, but rolling it helps keep all that moisture, all that steam that's going to be created inside the packet. It helps keep everything moist and it helps everything cook more quickly. And if you are going to be making this when you're out camping, if you use heavy duty foil or 2 layers of foil, you can put this right onto the coals of an open fire, and that way everything stays in the packet while you're cooking it. So again, our oven is at 425 and we're going to bake that for 30 minutes. Now, my potatoes were a little larger, so mine could have gone in for 35 minutes, maybe 40, 35 maybe would have been enough, but definitely start with 30 minutes. And if you cut your potatoes smaller, you'll be just fine. So now it is time to open up our packet. You can open it up right away. Now be very careful. The steam is very hot, so always open it up away from you so that your bare skin is not being exposed to that hot steam. There we have it. So you can go ahead and serve this up right away. It's going to be very hot, so you may want to let it cool for just a moment, but it's as easy as that. Prep your ingredients, season your ingredients, roll them into a foil packet, bake at 425 for 30 minutes, and you are ready to go. Now, if you are doing this on the coals of a fire, this summer I made it with my family and it took about 15 minutes, maybe 20, and I don't even think we flipped our packet and it was good to go. You even get a little bit of a char on the food even through the packet just because you're right on those hot coals. I will leave the ingredients and instructions on how to make this packet down below in the description for you guys. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with someone else who you think may enjoy it, subscribe for more recipes, and if you liked this video, go ahead and click here, this one on screen, and I will see you there.